everyone, welcome to Qianmo Accountants. Have you ever wondered what the Big Four accounting firms actually do? The Big Four are Deloitte, PwC, EY, and KPMG. In fact, they don't just crunch numbers. Today, I'm going to break down exactly what they do. Why are they called the Big Four? Let's have a look at this picture. It shows the top 100 Australian accounting firms in Australia in 2024, published by the Australian Financial Review. The Big Four firms each generate over $2 billion in annual revenue within Australia. By comparison, the fifth largest firm, BDO, brings in about $540 million, roughly a quarter of the size of the Big Four. If we go further down the list, the 10th largest firm earns less than 1/10 of what the Big Four do. And guess the size at number 100. That firm makes under $8 million a year, which means any single Big Four firm is nearly 300 times larger than a small boutique firm at the bottom of the top 100 list. And just to put it into perspective, Australia has more than 30,000 accounting firms in total. So yes, that's why they are called the Big Four. And remember, those figures are only for Australia. Globally, the Big Four are even bigger. They are the largest professional services brands in the world, with global revenues far beyond the numbers we have just mentioned. So how do they make so much money by just offering professional services? The most direct reason is that they attract high-value clients and have that pricing power because of the brand recognition. Big Four firms serve many large corporations or even government organizations that can pay millions of dollars in fees. Smaller firms rarely get access to that level of client. Instead, most small to medium-sized firms serve small businesses or family enterprises, where the fees typically range from a few $1,000s to maybe up to $100K, but almost never into the millions. On top of that, the Big Four provide a much wider range of services than most smaller firms. Their work generally falls into three main categories: audit, which is auditing; tax and legal, that is also called compliance, which means complying to the tax and legal laws and relevant regulations; and the third, consulting and advisory services. Now let's break each of those down. First up is audit. And this is what most people think of when they hear Big Four. Auditing is basically about checking a company's financial statements, making sure the numbers are accurate and trustworthy. Investors, regulators, and other stakeholders rely on those reports to make decisions, so accuracy really matters. Not every business needs an audit. Usually it's large companies or publicly listed businesses with many stakeholders who depend on the financial information to be correct. The idea is to protect the public from mistakes or fraud, and regulators also use audits to make sure companies are following the laws. The Big Four have a strong brand, so they are often able to attract large clients looking for reliable, independent verification. And it's not just corporations. Sometimes they audit the government departments, not-for-profits, or financial institutions. Auditors dig into everything: bank statements, invoices, payroll, and whether the company is following proper accounting rules. Audit isn't just a random look at the numbers. It follows a structured methodology to really get to know the business, including its clients, the operations, internal controls, and of course, the financial data. Auditing is a quite professional subject. In short, auditors are the independent check that make sure a business is doing the right thing financially. And for large company clients, audit fees can reach into millions of dollars. Next is tax and legal. This is another huge part of what the Big Four accounting firms do. They help companies and individuals to prepare the tax returns correctly, minimize tax risks, comply with complex laws and regulations, etc. So this area of services are often called compliance, and this is the area where most small and medium-sized accounting firms focus on as well. Compliance is the area where there are more small business clients and family business clients, because those smaller businesses not necessarily need audits or advisory, but definitely need the annual financial reports and tax returns being lodged. But compliance is not just about paying the correct amount of tax, it's about planning and tax advisory too. Australia has a sophisticated tax system. Each client's tax situations can be quite different in all different business transaction situations, and they often need to seek professional help to solve those tax matters. In Big Four, accountants can still have quite large clients in need for the compliance services and the tax advisories. And the Big Four can charge quite large fees in providing services on things like advising on mergers and acquisitions, structuring the business operations efficiently, handling international tax issues for companies operating across multiple different countries, etc. Basically, the Big Four are like strategic tax advisors, completing the financial report and tax returns, but in the meantime, making sure businesses stay compliant while optimizing the tax position. Finally, we have consulting or advisory services. This is where it gets really interesting. The Big Four don't just look at past numbers, they also help business plan for the future. Not only tax planning, as in the compliance area, but planning on any other business aspects. Things like business strategy and operational improvements, risk management and internal controls, the technology transformation like moving to cloud accounting systems or other IT systems, mergers and acquisition support, of course, and sustainability and something called environmental social governance consulting. So if a company wants to grow, improve efficiency, or transform its operations, they might call in a Big Four consultant. In short, this side of the business is less about the numbers and more about solving complex business problems. Smaller accounting firms do offer consulting and advisor services too, but usually less than the Big Four because their clients are mostly small businesses that don't need extensive operational advices. That said though, many smaller firms are now aiming to provide more advisory work on top of the traditional number crunching. The Big Four, on the other hand, can charge significantly higher fees for consulting and advisory thanks to their professional expertise and deep business experience. So to summarize, why are Big Four so famous? Well, they audit most of the world's largest companies, so their work shapes global business trust. They advise governments and corporations on taxes, strategy, and risk, basically helping economy run smoothly. And because they are global, they bring international expertise to local companies, which is huge for Australian businesses expanding abroad. And because all of those reasons, they attract very large clients who can afford high professional fees. So, if you are thinking about starting a career in accounting, the Big Four is a popular choice. Having Big Four experience on your resume can really help open the doors later in your career. They are also well known for their graduate programs, which is good news. Each firm hires anywhere from 500 to over 1,000 graduates every year in Australia. The key is to make sure that you apply on time. And knowing the types of work each service line does will also help you decide which one suits you the best. Just to keep in mind, working at a Big Four can be challenging. Long hours, especially during the busy season, are real. But the experience is incredible for learning the ropes of the professional accounting. Okay, thank you for watching, and if you want more insights into accounting careers in Australia, I have put together resources and training to help people become job ready for accounting firms here in Australia. Check the link in the description below to learn more, and good luck on your accounting career journey.